Hi everyone. Are you a mom that struggles with change? If you're dealing with the heartache of estrangement and wrestling with the difficulties of change in your own life, then this video is definitely something you want to watch because I'm going to share some of my own personal struggles and insights and help you with a path forward that will resonate deeply with every mom facing these similar challenges. So those of you that are brand new to my channel, I just want to welcome you. My name is Sally Harris, and I'm a mom who walked this difficult road with my own daughter for over a decade. And while her life spiraled, so did mine. And so let's talk about this. Change is always hard, right? We always talk about that. But it's an emotional journey. What you're going through as a mom with an estranged child or even just a rocky relationship, my own personal experience of heartache and confusion and frustration and pain, those are the kinds of things that you're having as well, right? There's all these emotions that are going on. And I want to remind you that it's like a roller coaster, right? You're probably still on it if you're watching this video. I'm hoping that you're on the end of it. But the roller coaster of emotions are very real. You go from sadness to guilt to anger to just frustration, but yet longing for your child. And so I want you to know that I want to help you acknowledge and process these emotions because that is the first crucial step towards healing this whole journey. And so I want to share with you a few things that, how estrangement had affected relationships within my family. I've shared periodically just how, it really affects your marriage as well. Not that it's anyone's particular fault, but when there's that much stress going on, men and women deal with these types of things differently. And I know I work with a lot of moms who share with me how their husbands may be super supportive and loving, but they just don't understand. And it gets to the point where you can't really talk about it anymore. And I totally get that because my husband and I were at that same point. And so I just want you to reflect on how it has influenced your family. How has it influenced your self-identity? How has it influenced your self-esteem and your own personal growth? Because more than likely, if you're anything like how I was, any personal growth that I was in the middle of, it came to a halting stop. There was no good growth going on in my life. In fact, I was going backwards. I started drinking and really eating unhealthy, and I gained a lot of weight, and I became very, very emotionally unhealthy. And then over time, it really rolled into the physical aspect and how, I had shared with you, I had a cancer scare, and that really took me to my knees, which is how the Lord actually healed my addiction from alcohol. But that is for another day. But I just want you to know that I understand these struggles that you might be having and struggles that you might be having around change, right? There's a lot of things going on. So I want you to also explore, some other barriers to change, which very well might be fear, right? It's fear and comfort zones and self-doubt. Those three things right there are super common as far as what moms are dealing with. We have the fear of the unknown. It often keeps us in these unfulfilling, familiar situations because we are too afraid to venture out in different things. We fear that our children aren't going to come home, and so we just make that assumption even though we have no proof. We talk about that a lot in my coaching program. We don't have proof, so we can't let our mind get away from us. Comfort zones I'm sure you've heard many times about how they hinder your personal growth. Nothing good happens inside your comfort zone. Nothing new, nothing too exciting is going to happen inside your comfort zone. So these are all things that you will, when it comes to change, these are things that you can think about. You don't have to jump into all of them right away, but things that you want to consider. And the last one there in regards to that is self-doubt. Self-doubt is paralyzing. It's paralyzing, and the effects on our ability to embrace any change, right? We have to be able to look in the mirror and realize that I can't control this other person. I can't control my daughter or my son, but I can control me. And I know that I need to get better in X, Y, Z. These are my areas these are my weaknesses. These are things that I need to work on. And maybe it's going to take someone else to tell you what those things are. And then I'm sure you could probably think of a few on your own. I know for me, it was both. And it's hard to hear that from other people, but you need to hear that in love. In fact, for those of you that are going through this situation with your adult child and you just feel like, you need to learn how to detach and be able to move on with your own life. If you are liking, what you're hearing here, I want to invite you to join me in my next workshop, which is Wednesday, September 13th at 7 p.m. Eastern. You can join me. You can click the link below to sign up for that. It's $89. You're going to get the recording as well. If you're a mom going through this, you definitely need this guidance and need to learn how to go ahead and live detached. Again, it doesn't mean you're giving up hope. Okay. So I will see you at the workshop. But also, in regards to change, you have to have some practical tips. You have to have some strategies. Life isn't going to just change for you overnight, and it's not going to change all at once. It's a daily commitment. We have to embrace change even in the face of adversity, because a lot of times change is out of our control. We know, say our child has left and we're dealing with all these emotions. We're on this roller coaster, but all we want to do is try to fix what's going on over here with them, and we want to fix the relationship, when in reality that might not be the thing that we need to do right now. We need to be able to look at ourselves and say, okay, just take a deep breath, and we need to pause, and we need to not react, right? We need to give it some time. And again, each situation is different depending on what's going on with your child. But I do believe that you need to set some achievable goals for yourself and aspire to the things that you personally, what moves you? What are the things that you want to do in your own life? Because as you get better and then you start having some conversation with your child, and they're going to see that you're different, they're going to see that you've grown, that you're going out and doing these things that you've always said you wanted to do, or maybe were too afraid to do before. It's just resilience. It boils down to building resilience and adapting to what life throws at us. And this whole season of life that you're in right now is one of those that it is definitely probably the biggest challenge you will go through in your life. I know it definitely was mine. So I just want to encourage you there. But resilience will lead to personal growth for sure. And I just want to offer a word of encouragement to you. And I want you to know that I understand what you're going through, because like I said, this is the most difficult situation you'll probably go through. But I want you to know that you're not alone. And I hope that, you, like so many others, have come to me and said, I found you on YouTube and I realized I'm not alone. And if that's all that you get from this, so be it, right? You need to know you're not alone. But I encourage you to not stop there, because you need community. You need to put yourself out there, even if you're uncomfortable. You need to be able to work, whether it's with me or someone else. You need to find somebody. You need to find a community of people that you can talk with about this, because this is not something that you're supposed to go through alone at all. So you are not alone in these struggles, and there will be a brighter future for you and your child. And I hope for you that it's going to include some changes in your own life that maybe have needed to happen, or maybe you're just going to be aware of different things that need to happen in your own life. So with that, I will see you in the next video.